I'm back again, guys. Trying another reaction video on EBT. We're gonna see how this one comes out. Uh, Hold on, guys. I'm looking for it now. We'll try and see if we can do this again.
A lot of people are getting very concerned that they're not going to be receiving their welfare benefits if this government shutdown continues. And that's leading to a lot of, let's just say, angst, and should be very concerning for even people who don't rely on any of those benefits. So we're going to talk about whether or not it's actually going to happen. I want to show you what these people are saying about what's going to happen if they don't get their welfare benefits coming up in November and December.
If you deny the whole America food stamps, bro, it's going to be a problem. Walmart, get ready. New York City, we got C-Town, Pioneer, Key Food. Get ready. It's going to get lit. BJ's, Costco's, get ready. You think we just going to stay still? Oh, no. Hell no. For a fact. Excuse me. If they take EBT, what you do? You don't know. For me, but we going to loot. We going to get tucked. You feel me? She said she don't.
They're gonna go to jail. I know this guy here, Chuck Hilton or whatever. He's doing the video too. He did the video, but I'm just putting it on my channel. These people gonna go to jail. So this is exactly what's gonna happen to them.
I don't know, but I'm gonna get mine.
Donald, let my wife be next month that we ain't getting a fee for our motherfucking kids. You think I'm playing? This ain't no Donald.
You hear what these people are saying. We're going to go to Costco. We're going to go to the grocery store, and we're going to go to BJ's, and we're just going to take what we need. This lady.
I'm going to tell y'all straight up like this. I just got that text that the link is definitely cut off for November. Y'all better stay the my way in these stores. I'm walking out with cards and I'm not paying. Trump, if you won't start looting, it's going to happen. Before my kids go broke in this bitch like Jock, I'm going to be stealing like it ain't no tomorrow.
And you stupid for even announcing that, because the feds hear it, the police organizations hear it. When you do things online, these organizations know it. These people, the feds, they watching these people are stupid for even talking like that on here. They're being watched. People watch these videos. YouTube, that people that own YouTube could be police or FBI agents or working with the government. They so stupid. Now they're gonna know you coming to steal. You're gonna be the first one. If they see you near a store, they're gonna grab you because they already know what you're gonna do.
If you feeling froggy, you ain't gonna make it back to your position at that fucking Walmart store. I'm telling you.
Now look, this woman is obviously not starving. And that kind of led me down the rabbit hole of doing some research on just how pervasive the welfare system is in America. I want to keep going through these videos because you'll see that there is several things in common for each one of these videos. Number one, the people are typically morbidly obese. Number two, they've got a lot of kids. Number three, they are extremely low class, let's just put it that way. And these are the kinds of people who make a living or make a life off the backs of American taxpayers. You'll hear in a minute a couple of these ladies saying the taxpayers have to provide for my kids.
Not 8 and 5 days. It is the taxpayer's responsibility. If my kid in day 5 and I have not received no food stamps, my disability checks is on hold. My cash benefits is not coming no more.
This guy Chuck Hilton, he don't have he's right, but he don't have to speak the way he is speaking about people. Oh, they obese, But look at the house you live in, Chuck. You live in a nice house. We understand these people shouldn't steal and loot and stuff like that. It's wrong. But you're talking down on people, and I don't think that's right. Let's
Still
go.
pending. It is the taxpayer's job to pay for my kids to eat and for my kids to be taken care of.
When you look at the numbers, approximately 12% of all of the people who live in America are on some sort of government assistance. Now, that doesn't include things like your Social Security. That doesn't include your actual entitlements that you have if you're a veteran, disability benefits, or anything like that. That's just temporary assistance for needy families, SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, and other welfare programs like that. But that represents about 12% of Americans. And let me just tell you at the outset, that is not sustainable. To have 1 out of every 10 people, more than 1 out of every 10 people receiving government benefits and not actually contributing to the society, that gets very expensive very fast for the people who are paying. The 153 million people in America who are taxpayers pay an average of just over $1,000 a year to support people like this. So what we're starting to see, it doesn't bother them one bit to go into a store and start just filling their cart full of food and then try to walk out. And you're seeing a lot of violence erupting in places like that. Let's check this one out. There's a woman over on the left that's got a baby. She's got her baby there. She's trying to steal food, and now they're all mad. The baby's crying. They're throwing stuff. This is insane. I wrote this book called Death of Civilization because I predicted you are going to see more and more of this, especially during the Trump administration. It's not the fault of President Trump. It's the fault of the Democrats who are weaponizing people's.
He says it's not the fault of Donald Trump. Why not? This wouldn't be going to happen if it wasn't the fault of Donald Trump. It is the fault of Donald Trump and the Republicans. You're going to cut all these people off. I'm not saying you're wrong about spending taxpayers' money. You're correct. But you still got to help these people get jobs. You still got to help them. A lot of them may work 10 or 20 years. They don't know where to start working at. They've been on it so long. So of course you're gonna get the chaos and the stuff that's going on. And Trump knew it too. So let's go. I don't trust this guy. He's a Donald Trump supporter. Definitely a Donald Trump supporter. You could tell he is. But he live in a nice house though. He ain't worrying about how he's gonna eat. Chuck is not gonna worry how he's gonna eat.
Misery against President Trump.
Everybody going around saying that because ain't getting food stamp next month. Mind you, I'm on food stamps. Let me tell you this right now. Donald J. Trump. I don't know what the got.
Able-bodied people like him should be working. And I agree with Chuck on that. He's able-bodied. He's not wrong. He's young. He shouldn't be getting food stamps. He should be having a job.
Going on in that house of yours. But bitch, you better fix it. Just because your going through some don't mean you gotta take it out on everybody else. Fix this right now. Let me not get my food stamps. I'm going back to stealing. I don't care. If you leave your car unlocked in the middle of the night, lock it. Because if I don't get no food stamps, best
you should go to jail. If he's gonna do that, he should be in jail. There's nothing wrong with him. He could be working.
Believe me, and mine's gonna eat regardless.
This guy is threatening felonious behavior if he doesn't get the money that is a social welfare program. And what I'm saying is, first of all, these things were never meant to be permanent. They were not only not meant to be permanent, but it's a privilege. So we have largesse that we can share, and so we try to take care of people who are poor. That's something that should engender gratitude in you.
But Chuck is right. It's to help people that are poor, but not for 10 or 20 years. And they're not trying to do nothing to help themselves. So, Chuck, I agree with you when it comes to that.
Not anger when you don't get what you think you deserve. And now, let me ask you, that guy that's threatening to go out and steal from you if he doesn't get his check, what do you think he did to deserve the thousands of dollars he's likely getting every year from the American taxpayer? What do you think he did to contribute to our society? Does that guy strike you as the kind of person that is a net benefit to our society or a net liability? I'm just, not to say he's not made in the image of God and worthy of human dignity, but what do you think he did to deserve the money that he's getting from the welfare programs?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So he should be working, or if he does that, he should go to jail. I agree with Chuck.
That you can't help but become morbidly obese. It doesn't appear that any of these people have been engaging in any kind of discipline exercise ever in their life. And so they just do whatever's most comfortable, and they just want to live that way, and they're stuck in that and don't want to get out of it. The only thing that would cause them to get out of that unhealthy cycle would be to make them so uncomfortable that they had to get out of it. And that would be a great idea. That's something the government should pursue. It just shows just an unbelievable lack of self-discipline. But
it's not going to work that way, because they're going to rob and steal from you. You make them so uncomfortable that they're going to figure out a way to get it. So it's a revolving cycle, man. You don't understand the street. You don't understand the street, Chuck. So some of the stuff you're right about, and then a lot of it, Chuck, you're not right about. Let's go.
But also, it shows that our culture, being hyper litigious and risk averse, is feeding right into this and is facilitating and encouraging that kind of behavior.
People are going to start, instead of stealing groceries from the stores, they're going to start watching people go to their cars. And they're going to take all of their groceries. And you know what the store going to do? Not our problem, not our business. It's outside the store. They didn't do it in the store. It's not our property. Call 911. Call the authorities. They're going to leave for dead. And people are really going to be stealing people carts of groceries.
She's right. They're going to follow you to the store, Chuck, or whoever. And then they're going to hold you up. They're going to put a gun to your head or a knife or something and take your shit.
Out of the grocery parking lot. What other choices are people going to have to find food to eat? Because people about to be out here struggling. So do you really think they're going to look at you with all these groceries, packing it in your car, about to go home and feed your family?
She's right, Chuck. They're not. They're not gonna watch you put your food in the trunk, even though it's wrong. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna watch you put your food in the trunk and go home with your happy family and while they starve. It doesn't work like that.
From the hard-earned money that you made from working your job, they ain't gonna care. They gonna snatch them bags up out your hand and be like, "I wish you would."
This lady's making some valid points. Pretty astounding to me how many people there are in our society today who literally have no cushion. They have no margin. They have not put any money away. They don't save anything from what they make. And so when a crisis comes and something happens that would upset your typical system of being able to pay for things, they just lose it. What do you think that these people will do? There are so many people in America today that do not have the margin to weather any kind of storm whatsoever. And so they're going to look at you rolling out of Walmart with your groceries, and they're going to just say, I'm just going to take it. Yes, this lawlessness is definitely going to happen if these people are cut off from their benefits.
I have not ate in 5 days.
Now, wait, hang on. This lady has her hair done. She's got her nails.
Chuck is right about that. Hair done, nails done. So why she didn't eat in 5 days? So he's right. Because you sold your food stamps. That's why you didn't eat in 5 days. Chuck, I'm going to agree and disagree with you. But a lot of stuff you're right about. A lot of stuff you're not right about. So, but we all know why she ain't eating 5 days. She got her hair and her nails done.
Almost done. She's got fake eyelashes on. This woman is not eating in 5 days. I have a hard time believing that.
It is the taxpayer's responsibility to feed me.
Charity makes people grateful. When the government steps between you and a charitable person and takes the money from them by taxation and then sends it to the poor person, it removes that impetus to gratitude. As a matter of fact, there's a book I have here called Who Really Cares? This is by Arthur C. Brooks. It's an old book. It's been around for a long time. And they did studies. They found out that if you have two people who live below the poverty line, one of them gets their income from government programs and the other one works to make their income, but they both make the same amount of money. The family that works to make money will be 7 times more charitable than the family who receives money from the government. Even though they have the same amount of money, they'll be 7 times more charitable. It's obvious that these government programs are exacerbating the problem of poverty and not fixing the problem, not addressing it. These things are supposed to be temporary programs, right? You understand that? Now, I asked ChatGPT.
He's 100% right. It's supposed to be temporary, not for the rest of your life, not to stay on forever, not to never do nothing with your life, but wait for the first of the month or the third of the month. So, Chuck, I agree with you.
BT to make a list of all of the various programs that people like this can sign up for if their income is low enough, if you live in New York. And so in New York, there are federal, state, and local programs that these people can sign up for. There's SNAP benefits, federal CTC, New York State child tax credit, BTC and state supplements, Medicaid health coverage, and this estimated value, and other support, all of which comes out to about $57,000 a year. Okay. They know how to game this system so that they can sign up for multiple sets of these programs where they're only really supposed to be able to get one. But for example, they've learned to not sign up as a married couple, but to sign up as 2 single people, and they get twice as much money. As a matter of fact, these programs deter people from getting married and having their children in wedlock, because if you have 2 incomes in your household, it will put you over the threshold to get those benefits. And so they just stay unmarried. And even if they're living together, they use different addresses, and that way they can double the amount of money they get. So instead of $57,000, they could be getting twice that, perhaps, or more. The people that I have followed who do that sort of thing, they would sign up for state programs in multiple different states, Texas, Florida, New York.
He's right. They do that. So they fraud in the system.
And claim residency in these various different places. And they figured out how to defraud the system, game the system. The temporary assistance for needy families, TANF, that's the EBT cards everybody talks about. They can get up to $2,300 a month, depending on where their family and everything. But that's only supposed to go for 5 years total for your whole life. There's cumulative over your entire life. You can only receive TANF benefits for 5 years. However, if you get certified as being disabled in any way, shape, or form, then that can be waived and you can get it forever. When it comes to the number of people that are on these kinds of programs, the federal government shutdown is affecting, they're saying, probably 47 million people. These are programs like SNAP, WIC, TANF. Now, most likely, these things are going to get funded before November. Even if the federal government doesn't fund these programs, some states have said that they will pick up the funding until the government gets free.
Of course, they will have to, because if not, it's going to be chaos in the street. It's going to be more people going to jail. It's going to be more people getting hurt. It's going to be more people trying to flood into the stores to take what they want. So, of course, they're going to get it straightened out before November 1st. You should know that, Chuck.
Reopened, but there is a possibility that their benefits could stall in the next month if the standoff drags on. Social media is just erupting with angry videos about people worried about what they're going to do if they can't get their benefits. There's 42 million Americans that rely on SNAP, there's another 6 to 7 million on WIC, and 21 million or so receiving free or reduced price school meals. So all told, you've got tens of millions of people on government food assistance. And again, that doesn't include Medicare, that doesn't include Social Security, that doesn't include retirement, that doesn't include disability. This isn't fringe. This is a massive pillar of federal spending, over $1 trillion a year. As it turns out, the politicians don't actually want people to get off of these benefits because this is how they control them. This is how they use them as foot soldiers in their quest to control America forever. Now, some of these programs, TANF does this, the earned income tax credits. So people who don't actually pay any money in taxes can get between $7,000 and $10,000 given back to them annually because of the earned income tax credit or the child tax credit. That cash is spent on everything. There's studies that have shown that there are millions of dollars of welfare money gets spent at strip clubs, for example, or bars, or gets spent on liquor or drugs around the country. So the shutdown's real test is going to come in November because they're not guaranteed to pay these things out. Now, WIC would go dark first. SNAP would follow after that. If the shutdown lasts, there is a possibility that millions of households could suddenly lose food money. And so I'll let you make up your own mind about the politicians on both sides who, oh, by the way, they're still getting their paychecks.
Of course they are. Donald Trump has millions of dollars. He's not worried. His family going to eat well. All the politicians, Democrat and Republican, Chuck, are going to eat well. And so are you. You're not worried neither.
With this shutdown. But they don't mind weaponizing people's misery and hunger against the Republicans, against President Trump. So if that happens, folks, things could get really bad across America. Now, there's an article that a friend of mine wrote, Matt.
You know, I'm tired of listening to Chuck. I'm gonna stop the video. He said it all, and I said it all. So Trump's gonna eat. Everybody's gonna eat, Chuck, except the poor people that don't have.
Let's keep this a civilized discussion. If you have points to make, we'll take them in an orderly fashion. Yes. I have a question of a more serious nature. Oh, good. What does Sam look like with his shirt?
I'm gonna stop the live. I heard all I had to hear from him. We'll see what happens come November 1st. I don't know if if I have enough lighting on my videos, but I have a light. I just too lazy to put it up here, but I definitely will put it up here tomorrow. And I hope you guys enjoyed the stream and have a good night.